until we find in the New Testament times the most extreme aversion, scorn, and hatred. They were regarded as unclean, with whom it was unlawful to have any friendly intercourse. They were the enemies of God and his people, to whom the knowledge of God was denied unless they became proselytes. And even they could not, as in ancient times, be admitted to full fellowship. So even then, they put a difference between the Old and New Testament. Jews were forbidden to counsel them, and if they asked about divine things, they were to be cursed. All children born of mixed marriages were bastards. This is what caused the Jews to be so hated by Greeks and Romans, as we have abundant evidence in the writings of Cicero, Seneca, and Tacitus. Something of this is reflected in the New Testament in these verses here. You can read them for yourself. If we inquire what the reason of this change was, we shall find it in the conditions of the exiled Jews who suffered the bitterest treatment at the hands of their Gentile captors, and who, after the return and establishment in Judea, were in constant conflict with neighboring tribes, and especially with the Greek rulers of Syria. The fierce persecution of Antiochus IV, who attempted to blot out the religion and to Hellenize the Jews, and the desperate struggle for independence, created in them a burning patriotism and zeal for their faith, which culminated in the rigid exclusiveness we see in later times. So, that is basically some biblical history on the Maccabees, and also on a little bit of the New Testament. I already showed you guys clearly in a lot of my series before that the Jews in the Old Testament, they were given certain laws by God, to treat the Gentiles a certain way, and they did. But anybody who reads even just a few chapters of the Maccabees can completely understand that you have Jews who are, literally almost had their entire faith taken away from them. Matter of fact, it was for a temporary time.